Sometimes people are so afraid that they're going to get it wrong that they don't let themselves play and experience for fear you might see something that you don't want, and then you'd have to assign yourself the label of imperfect or inappropriate or something. And we want you to understand that there is an eternally ongoing desire that can be incredibly and forever satisfying. But what happens with a lot of people is that because they are accustomed to managing things through behavior and action, they don't bite off more than they think they can chew, and they don't let themselves go places that they don't think they really can go. And so they just sort of settle into something that is stable, but something that isn't really ringing their bells. This question has been asked of us many times through the years. Abraham, is it better to reach for something that you know you can reach and then accomplish it, and then reach again and then accomplish it, and then reach again and then accomplish it, so that you never get too far out of whack? Or is it better to really want something that you don't believe that you can get, and then find a way of moving forward? And we say it depends on how you feel about the exhilaration of what you all call drama. If you want it and get it and 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 want it and get it, that could be a really nice life, certainly in comparison with people who want it and don't get it and want it and don't get it and want it and don't get it. But to want it and not get it, and then to want it and then still not get it, and then to want it and still not get it, all the time that you're aware of what you're not getting, you're calibrating what you do want until you've created something that has strong pulling power, and then you let yourself move toward it. That's exhilarating. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would play it both ways. We'd be stable, but we would let ourselves reach for things that we really, 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 really want. And the thing is, this is the thing that's got you tripped up. Whatever your current ability to attract is, and we're talking about vibration primarily, but we're also talking about people who are helping you, or limitations that you feel that you might have, or financial limitations that you have or don't have. In other words, wherever you are standing, most people are in a sort of rut because they're used to accomplishing what they're accomplishing, and they're used to living what they're living. But you've got a motor running inside of you. You have a vortex that would keep you busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes, and you're not letting yourself look there. We have a big question, why? Why? And we have a big answer too. The big answer is because I'm afraid if I look and don't get, then I'll be misunderstood by others, or I'll be embarrassed, something like that. Sometimes people offer the words, I'm afraid to fail, or I'm afraid to succeed. And we always tease them a little bit because they're not afraid of their success. They're afraid of wanting something that they can't get. So in the cluster of people that surround you, are they paying a lot of attention to you? And do you care a lot about what they think? Yes, yes. There's nothing wrong with that. It's sort of a normal way to live life, except that then you're limited by the averages of those who surround you. And most people, especially as they move through life, they don't let themselves believe in the big stuff, you see. So in your wildest dreams, can you even find something? Do you remember something that you thought about when you were a youngster, or when you were a teenager, or when you first got married? Do you remember ever wanting anything that just seemed extraordinarily ridiculous because it seemed so far out of reach? Do you remember a glimpse of something like that? This is the reason that we're talking about getting out ahead of it and calibrating it, because can you feel the vicious cycle it is that here you are and people see you and they have opinions about you, and you'd like to change those opinions, but you know it's kind of futile. We want you to understand that there are people who are reaching for the same things that you are reaching for. In other words, believe us when we say that there are only two groups, those under the influence of Source and those not. They don't mean to criticize you. They just feel criticized too. If someone resents you, you know what you usually do? Resent them back. If somebody doesn't like you, you know what you usually do? You don't like them back. And you know what that is? Creation by default. That's not creation by deliberate intent, and it never feels good.